All right, for this lesson, we're gonna film from a different angle. And the reason is I'm gonna use the wall and a balloon to do the skills. You can do the skills just standing in your space, or if there's something else you're allowed to bounce it off of, make sure you get permission first. You are gonna need a balloon. Now, if you don't have a balloon, you can use a beach ball, a book, or a piece of cardboard. Lastly, you're gonna need a target. It could be a spot on the ground you're using that already exists. It could be something like a lid. It could be something like a notepad. It could be a basket. Pretty much can't go wrong with a target, something that these are allowed to land on. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold one hand here, and you're just gonna either toss it up a little or just hit it out of your hand. You're gonna use a fist and you're gonna kind of hit it up and then catch it, okay? So up and then catch it, up and then catch it, all right? We'll switch halfway and we'll do the opposite hand. You're not allowed to hit it against the wall, you're just gonna hit it up once, catch it.
Ready, set, go!
Switch. What you're gonna do is you're gonna toss it up, or you're gonna hold it, you're gonna hit, and then you're gonna try to get the second hit with this hand. So the first hit is always gonna be the same hand, and when I say switch, he'll have the other hand be the first hit. If you're not allowed to hit against a wall, you're just gonna toss it up, hit, hit, catch, okay? Toss it up, hit, hit, catch.
Ready, set, go!
Switch. Remember the pass, do this with me right now. You're gonna bend your knees. Your knees don't go in front of your toes, just like a squat. You have flat hands, you're doing this with me. Flat hand, thumbs, your arms are out straight, okay? And this is something you wanna make sure you're doing when you're passing, and then you're shrugging your shoulders a little bit, basically. The ball or balloon is hitting right here. So you're gonna toss it up, pass, and catch. If you'll notice my arms come out straight, they won't ever go above my shoulders, but they will come out straight sometimes, okay? Ready, go. It may be a little bit harder against the wall. If you're allowed to use it, use it. Otherwise, you're going to do another short bit of doing it just in the air. Go for it. about volleyball.
Okay, let's go over the ways people normally make contact with volleyball. Question 1. What is a serve and how is it done?
So the serve is the first thing that happens in a game. And depending on what level you're playing at, you'll see either an overhand serve or an underhand serve. Now, I'm going to go over an underhand serve with you really quick.
Okay, question 2. Next, digging and passing are often used to describe the same thing. Explain them, please.
So digging, passing. It's normally the first thing that'll happen after a serve. Ball goes over the net. Then somebody on the other side is most likely going to pass, or sometimes it's called a dig. When you're passing the ball, you have your hands like this. This is what you're going to see. It's kind of this motion. The ball hits between here and here. And the pass normally then goes to the setter.
What about setting?
There we go, next thing. Now, there's normally a person that's specified for this spot. And when you set, you'll see they'll use the fingertips of their hands and they'll push the ball up.
Next up, some more synonyms: hit, attack, spike. Go!
So hit, attack, spike. That's when you see somebody, it's not the serve, but somebody's doing this kind of a motion again. You can see people do a attack from the back or the front row of players, I guess you could say. So when I'm saying back, it's the people that are further away from the net. When I'm saying front, it's the people that are closer to the net. That's normally the third touch on the side.
Blocking. What is that?
Okay, so the other team does not want that spike to score. And so what they're going to do is they'll have people on the other side, maybe it's one or maybe it's two people, jump up as high as they can on the net, and they're going to put their hands up and they try to block the ball back down onto the other side. And that way maybe they can score off the block, or at least they're blocking, stopping the hit. Sometimes what'll happen with the block is it'll just kind of the ball will touch their hands and it'll bring it up higher, which will slow the ball down and make it easier for the people behind them to get the ball.
Lastly, the tip.
Tipping is something that can be done other than spiking. You have chances to go like right or left of people, and when the block goes up really high, sometimes your best option might be to tip around the block versus hitting into it, or maybe if your timing's off, which mine has been lately, sometimes I'll tip it instead of hitting the ball. And so a tip is like this. Go ahead and put your hand up like this. You just you touch the ball with your fingertips. You're not doing it with both hands, but you're doing it with one hand, and it can't really be like you're cupping the ball, because then it's like you're holding onto it, but it's just kind of like this.
Okay, thank you.
Now you're going to add in a target. Remember, if it's going to be something where it lands on it, your ball or balloon might roll away, and that's okay. You're just aiming maybe for the center of the target. Or you could even think of trying to aim on a corner. Toss up the ball or balloon, pass it, and then get it out of there. If you do have a second person, they can always toss you the ball or balloon, and you may have to move to it because the volleyball is not always going to come to you when you play volleyball. So you have to take a step and pass, okay? So Braden's going to be right here, and I'm going to have my target right here. So I can have it be in line, and then I'm just going to have to find the right placement. Ready? Go. And we used a book, we're going to do that again, or a piece of cardboard. If it's a book, it stays closed, we don't open it. What you're going to do is you're going to take a giant step back from it, okay? Now, you can try to do one toss and then tap it in, or you can just try to toss it in, all right? Keeping your arms straight is what you're focusing on. Ready? Go.